Hey everybody, Ace-Chen-Aleem here, and welcome back to my series where I'm going through each of the 8 Pokemon regions and listing my top 10 favourite Pokemon from those regions. This week we're going to be looking at the Hoenn region, and I'm really sorry, but this is my least favourite region. I know that the Hoenn games are held in such high esteem by so many people, and I totally get that and I totally respect that. I've just never personally connected with these games. I find the story quite boring, I find the evil team's motives really stupid, and if they actually research the things that they want to do to the world, they'd realize that they're going to kill everyone, including the Pokemon. So it doesn't really make sense. Lucky for you, I did find 10 Pokemon that I do very much like in the Hoenn region, and that's what I'll be listing today. Of course, before we get started, let's hit a like goal for the video. Let's aim for like 500 likes. You can wait until you've watched the video if you want, but let's just see if by the end of the video, we've got 500 likes on this lovely video. And of course, subscribe if you're new so that you never miss a future video. And of course, don't forget, as always, use code ACE to save money on G Fuel. This is Rainbow Sherbet, and it's really bloody tasty. I think I just spat everywhere. Good. Use code ACE. But with all that out the way, let's have a look at my top 10 Hoenn Pokemon. Number 10, Exploud. Right off the bat, we've got a Pokemon that looks incredibly cool. It's difficult to look at Exploud and not just think, wow, that thing's really freaking cool. And rightly so. It looks exactly the way it's supposed to look. It looks like a monster of a Pokemon, which it absolutely is, with pipe organ pipes that are actually organs that fire out sound waves growing in its back and whatnot, and that's really, really cool, and growing out of its head. Oh, it's crazy. It's just a really beautifully designed Pokemon. Looks so cool. The purple coloring works really, really well for it, and the yellow like complements it really, really well. It does have great abilities in the form of soundproof, which you expect a sound-based Pokemon to be immune to sound-related moves, otherwise that's a bit weird. But it can also have the Scrappy ability, which means that it can hit ghost types with normal and fighting type moves, which is also a really, really handy ability for a normal type Pokemon. Maybe one day, if we're really lucky, we'll get the sound type and we'll have the Exploud Revolution, but until that day, it's going to be cool, but it's still only going to be number 10. Number 9, Relicanth. Now, I said this, I think, in my favorite rock types video, that yes, I get it. You guys don't like it because you guys think it's just a boring fish. But I love me some fish. I love fish. I think fish are great. And Relicanth is a great example of a great fish Pokemon. I can understand why people might think it's a little bit boring and it's a little bit lackluster. It's a little bit slow. It's 4 times weak to grass. It doesn't really do that much. Like, competitive Relicanth isn't really a great thing. But then just look at it shiny as well. That beautiful blue and white shiny, you know me, I love some blue in my life, and absolutely beautiful is the best way I can describe shiny Relicanth. It is a thing of beauty, it is a thing of wonder. We must protect it, we must preserve it. It stayed that way for thousands of years. Let's make sure it lives on for thousands of years more. Number 8, Combusken. Alright, just hang on a minute, because I'm going to need some energy, because my credibility is about to go completely out the window. Okay. Let's talk about Combusken. I know what you're going to be thinking. You're going to be thinking, why not Blaziken? And it's because I don't like Blaziken, and I'm sorry. Like, as a sensible adult, I can completely appreciate how good Blaziken is to use in battle. I can understand how great it's, you know, it is at what it does. But that doesn't make me like it. Like, I still look at it and go, that's just a guy in a chicken suit. Like, it just looks like a guy in a chicken suit. It doesn't look like an anthropomorphized chicken. It looks like a man in a very shoddy chicken outfit with barely a passable face where you go,
oh yeah, look, it's kind of a bird, I suppose. Look at the beak.
And then the rest of it is just a dude with flares. Like, I guess it's got chickeny talons, I suppose. Maybe. But Combusken is an absolute delight. I love me some Combusken. It's so cute, but still kind of cool at the same time, especially when it's busting out its fighting type moves and looking all angry and mean. It's a great Pokemon. Obviously, the cock and ball memes are absolutely hilarious because it does kind of look like a cock and balls. If you ain't seen it, Google it. I'm not putting cock and balls in my video, apart from the number of times I've said cock and balls in this video. I don't want this top 10 to become a completely cock and balls top 10, but it is kind of becoming a cock and balls top 10 because I keep saying cock and balls. Someone stop me from saying cock and balls. I'll end up losing my girlfriend. Combusken, why? No, but all jokes aside, I do love Combusken. I had loads of fun using it in my Wi-Fi battles a couple of years ago. I actually used it as a setup Pokemon, so I'd have it with Eviolite, so it's a little bit bulkier than regular Blaziken. I think that worked out right. Maybe my maths is wrong. Doesn't matter. It still worked anyway. Regardless, I had Eviolite Combusken. I had it with the speed boost ability. I had it using Swords Dance, a little bit of agility as well on the first turn if things were particularly faster than it. Obviously Protect as well, so I could keep myself safe, increase my speed with speed boost that little bit more. And basically, I would get it up to like +6 speed and maybe +2 to +4 attack. Baton pass it out, whatever comes in just absolutely destroys. And it's all thanks to Ginger, my little cute Combusken thing that just started the battle off. It was just really stupid and really great. And who knows, maybe one day I'll bring Ginger back out for some more battles, because Combusken's bloody great. And it looks like a fun Pokemon. It looks like it's just amazing. It looks like a cartoon character, and that's absolutely what it's supposed to be. Number 7, Tropius. I've talked about Tropius a lot. You guys know I love a good Trinosaur. It's beautiful. It's an absolutely brilliant design for a tropical Pokemon. A grass-type dinosaur just works so perfectly well with the leaves for wings, the banana things growing from its chin. Oh, it just works so perfectly. It's just a wonderfully designed Pokemon. Stat-wise, it's garbage and can go to hell. It's not a great Pokemon, but certainly from just a pure aesthetic value, this Pokemon is just an absolute wonder to behold. And if you imagine meeting a Tropius in real life, like, it would be absolutely massive. It would be so cool to meet one. I know it's never going to happen because, you know, they're not real. I am aware that it's fictional. I'll just make myself sad now. Number 6, Camerupt. Now, before we even get started, this thing is adorable. Like, it's really cute. I need a Camerupt plush in my life because it's just got such a cute little face. I know it's a camel, but it almost has a dog-like face, and that's really, really cute. Obviously, Camerupt does have its downsides. It's 4 times weak to water. It's not particularly bulky, which you would kind of expect from a Pokemon. I know it's really bad, but don't you ever see, when you see a Pokemon that's kind of the shape of Camerupt, or like the shape of Hippowdon, for example, you kind of go, I expect that to be bulky, because it's quite large, a bit girthy. That is something that I quite often assume, that if something is quite girthy, it's going to be quite bulky stat-wise. And that isn't always the case, but that's the kind of way I lean. So with Camerupt, I look at it and I would expect it to be bulky, but it's actually quite weak defensively compared to other Pokemon that, you know, look similar to it. And obviously with that 4 times water weakness, that does not help. But then again, it does Mega Evolve into a really cool, awesome looking Mega with that huge towering volcano on its back, and then it gets the bulk it needs and suddenly becomes a much more useful Pokemon. Still has the 4 times water weakness, but I can't get away from it. Everything I love is 4 times weak to something, I suppose. I mean, we talked about Tropius before, that's 4 times weak to ice. Camerupt, no different. But, just a wonderful Pokemon. Just absolutely love it. Number 5, Grumpig. Now, battle-wise, don't really get a lot of use out of Grumpig, to be honest. I've tried using it before, not a lot of success with it, although I find that with a lot of Psychic-type Pokemon, I just seem to really struggle with them. I mean, Metagross and Espeon are quite easy to use, but then anything beyond that, I mean, I know a lot of people are good with Gardevoir and Tapu Lele, but yeah, no, Grumpig just doesn't tend to work for me. I don't know why, but that's just me. I'm just a bad battler anyway, but we already know this and I happily admit it because I play for funsies. But the reason Grumpig is so high up in this list is because it's just a ridiculous Pokemon. It's hilarious and never fails to make me laugh. Like, the concept alone, it is a pig that dances in order to control people's minds. Think about that. Take a moment and understand how ridiculous that actually is. And I've read all the stuff and the research online that suggests that maybe it comes from a passage in the Bible that's something about bringing your pearls of wisdom before swines, because obviously Grumpig is a swine, it's a pig, and it has a pearl, which is, you know, it's pearl of wisdom, blah, 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 I get that. I don't think any of that, I think that's just a coincidence. I think this Pokemon is just meant to be completely bloody ridiculous. And it is, and it works, and it's great, and it's cute, and it's got a yellow freaking shiny that looks really, really cool, and it's just the most amazing piece of bacon I think I've seen in Pokemon in a long time. And I don't know why I keep doing this with my hand, but maybe a Grumpig is dancing somewhere and controlling my mind. This joke went on far too long. Number 4, Sharpedo. Right, we're about to get demonetized for the amount of times I'm going to say pedo. But other than that, Sharpedo is a wonderful Pokemon. It's exactly what you want in half of a shark, I suppose. It's super fast, it's super brutal, it's the brutal Pokemon after all. But also you have the option to have speed boost, so you can get yourself up to a nice, beautiful, quick speed. Obviously use Protect so that you don't even take a hit. Mega Evolve into Mega Sharpedo, then you get the Strong Jaw ability and absolutely wreck house. Sharpedo and its Mega are fantastic Pokemon. They look incredibly cool. Like some of the coolest Pokemon in the Pokedex. Maybe that's another list I need to do another day. The coolest looking Pokemon. That'll be fun. And on top of all of that, that purple shiny version is absolutely wonderful. I guess it's kind of pinky purple, so some people are going to go, actually it's pink, and some people are going to go, no, actually it's purple. Doesn't really matter. You know what color I mean because you've seen the shiny. It's so great. Also, if you haven't seen the pre-evolution Carvanha shiny, another wonderful example of a great shiny. I do honestly though absolutely love Sharpedo. I think it's fantastic. It does exactly what it says on the tin. It does exactly what its name suggests, which is it's a shark that's a torpedo, not that it's a shark that chases kids. Stop it. I can see you giggling. Don't. This is very serious business. This is Pokemon, remember? Stop it. Got pedo in its name. I'm 31 years old. I shouldn't be laughing at this. Number 3, Metagross. I actually don't know many people who don't like Metagross. That's not particularly why I like it, but I find that to be a testament to how cool Metagross is. The fact that most people, even if Metagross isn't their favorite Pokemon, you mention Metagross and they'll be like,
oh yeah, Metagross, actually, yeah. Oh, that's quite good, isn't it?
It's just one of those Pokemon that kind of everyone kind of mutually recognizes how good it is. Like, it does look cool. It's like a big crazy robot creature, and everybody loves a big crazy robot creature, especially so when it Mega Evolves. And it's even got amazing attack and defense before it has even Mega Evolve, which is crazy. I mean, I know it's a pseudo legendary, but still, it's just insane how great this Pokemon is in its base form. Again, another cool shiny Pokemon as well, with that beautiful silver and yellow, just really works so well for it. Just makes it such a great and heavily sought after Pokemon. There isn't really too much that I need to say about Metagross because it is just such a fantastic addition to the Pokemon roster. Looks cool, fantastic in battle, great Mega Evolution, great shiny. What more do you want from a Pokemon? Number 2, Ludicolo. Now I've got to be completely honest, because I was struggling with really deciding what order to put my favorite Pokemon in this list, I used one of those favorite Pokemon picking machine things that's on the internet, where you basically click which Pokemon are your favorites from a selection on screen, and it slowly but surely whittles it down to the point where it's like, well, this is the one you picked the most, so that's clearly your favorite. This is the one you picked the second most, that's clearly your second favorite, and so on, which are quite accurate, to be honest. They normally work out quite well. And when this thing picked Ludicolo as my number 2, I was like, ooh, you know what? Yeah, actually, yeah. It really is. I absolutely love Ludicolo. It's just such a beacon of positivity. I don't think I've ever seen an unhappy Ludicolo. They're just so wonderful. They're always dancing. They're always happy. They're a little bit racially insensitive, but we can get past that because it's always so happy and wonderful, and it just wants to have a good time. It's not trying to hurt anyone or upset anyone. I mean, it tries to hurt people in Pokemon battles, but that's what battles are about, I suppose. I personally love using a Ludicolo with the Swift Swim ability, get the rain up, and just have an absolute friggin' fiesta. It's so much fun to use with its Hydro Pump and its Giga Drains and its Ice Beams and all that jazzy stuff. It's so much fun to use. Not a great shiny. Like, I don't really particularly like its shiny form, to be honest. It's one of the few Pokemon on this list where I don't really like its shiny. I prefer the regular version. I can't not be happy when I look at Ludicolo. I mean, go and look at my vlog from when I was away in October, and you'll see me debating in my mind, do I want to spend like £20 or whatever it was on an official Ludicolo plush? Luckily, I didn't like the beak on it. I didn't like the material they'd used for the beak, so I got out of that. But I almost bought it because Ludicolo is fantastic, and I just friggin' love it. It's climbing slowly up the ranks over the years, trying to get close to being my favorite Pokemon, and that's a testament to just how much I love it. Number 1, Mightyena. I feel like I should have done a little disclaimer earlier, but I'm going to do it now, which is, I know a lot of you are going to be thinking, where's Absol? Where's Medicham? Where's this? Where's that? But you got to remember, just because I haven't put a Pokemon in this list, it doesn't mean that I dislike that Pokemon. I'm allowed to like more than 10 Pokemon. It's very possible that I can like more than 10 Pokemon. So the Pokemon that aren't in this list, it doesn't necessarily mean that I dislike. There are Pokemon I dislike, like Volbeat and Illumise, but Pokemon like Absol, for example, I don't dislike Absol. It's just I like these 10 Pokemon more than I like Absol. It's a positive thing. It's okay, don't worry. But on that note, God, I love Mightyena. It's so good. It's really, really cool. Mightyena, in my opinion, is the coolest looking thing to come out of Generation 3. It is a wonderful Pokemon to behold. I love that its attack stat is base power 90 at level 18. You get this Pokemon evolved from Poochyena, who's adorable, by the way. That almost made this list as its own separate entry, because I love Poochyena. Like, that's up there in, like, cutest Pokemon ever. And then, boom, level 18, you get 90 base attack. You can just absolutely floor it. It's so cool. Love this Pokemon. It gets so many, like, egg moves with, like, elemental fang moves, even, like, poison fang and stuff. You can build this Pokemon just so wonderfully to have so many different defenses against different, like, type coverages and things like that. And it boggles my mind that more people don't love Mightyena. I know a lot of people do, but I think everyone should love Mightyena. It is so wonderful. And it's, as I always say, it's a quintessential Pokemon. It looks like a hyena, but it also looks like a Pokemon. Like, someone can look at that who doesn't watch Pokemon, and you'd be like, what series is this particular animal from? And they'll be like, I don't know, Pokemon? Boom. Mightyena is wonderful. And that shiny version, forget about it. Just, mwah, absolute pristine Pokemon creation. And that'll wrap it up for my top 10 Pokemon from the Hoenn region. Let me know down below what your top 10 Pokemon from the Hoenn region are, which are your favorites. Hit like and subscribe. And don't forget, if you'd like to support the channel, like these lovely people down here do, pledge to my Patreon, patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam, and save money on G Fuel. Use code ACE. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.